I know it is close to the day of my release. The peddler helped figure the actual day when he stopped here just after the tree had taken bud, his usual time. The Indian had beaten him for bringing the wrong thing. No one else complained about his dreams after having drunk whatever it was, the peddler said, but your Indian said he wanted different dreams. You were supposed to try it too, said the peddler. I hardly sleep, I said to him. I need to measure the days right. After he left, I kept track of the days myself. She's supposed to be there for 4 years. The Indian knows it is my day approaching and has talked to me in his white voice, the voice a little higher than his Indian one, as if I have to be reached with a voice from home. And says I'm his wife already, I cannot go. When am I his wife? Drinking a nut drink or standing on a deerskin facing the moon? Asking him if he can give me more water? Or bound to the tree with these boughs piled around, dancing in place, what I believe is a dance for rain. No preacher will say we are married, and he has not touched me, which is what he agreed to with Pa that long ago. My fingers work at the rawhide ties that bind me. They are wet from the rain, and maybe I can stretch them and force my fingers between. One of the other girls used rawhide ties under her bonnet strap, dying so quietly while they dried and tightened that not even the squirrels bothered her. I found her, empurpled above where the dry hide cut. She had no release to look forward to like I did. The Indian buried her bones in the second crick of the mound that he's building, just past where Harriet's are put. He rendered flesh from bone first, and when the other two died, the one from slipping so hard in the flat river that she struck a rock, and one taking sick after a hand burn, he did the same. Oh, the songs we girls did sing together, with our feet falling on the words they gave us. God should have wept his rain back then. The Indian has become very fussy about his God in the last few moons, which is lucky for me. While he was waiting for horse fat to bring a spark from their fire to the wood at my feet, the rain started falling and they all fled. A sign, they shouted, with him the loudest. I almost have the knot lifted. The end is pulled around my small finger, the one with the catch in it from all the hauling of mud for the mound. Ducks fly in foolishly and stay to look at their feet on the wet ground. They will get cooked on all this wood by the fire horse fat will bring that might still be mine when the rain stops if I can't work my way out fast enough. I work hard. Every day for a year, the Indian used a locket as a magic over me. He pulled it from a pouch and stared at its insides and talked to me when he was sure I was listening. He made certain I knew what he said, that the mound was strong, stronger than a white man's mound, that I did not need to see myself old inside the clam. Its magic was not mine, that my pa had sent him this clam to keep, to double his strength. He used the locket so often to talk to me that horse fat spat on it. The other wife said that he's only having more visions. He's worse than ever and should be taken to a far pasture, but she only whispered it. William the Hat finally buried that locket. He dug a place out of the mound for it at night while the Indian was not watching. William the Hat forswearing this or that at the time, a lot of religious rigmarole that would make its burying as potent as the bones. At least it was gone and the Indians calmer. My hand is almost out. I've heard not one word from my father or sisters. If not visit, they could at least make time in a dream or in a thought that I haven't already turned over. A lark comes to sit at my side to make noise at the ducks. My second sister transformed, that's what I think of often enough. Or one of the others in a state. Oh, I will fly too. I'm not going to unearth the locket before I go, although it is my mother's, and I know where it is because it fell out once, the clay mix not being strong there, the sand crumbling. I moved it to a place only I could know. Knowing is the same as having. I could not let myself be caught with it. Besides, I can't take such a thing of Pa's. If I can't find Pa having it, it seems wrong for me to have it. William the Hat said as much when he had the women hold me down to dress me for the last dance before this one. You have seen her old face in the gold clam, the locket, he says. Soon her smoke will join with the pipes to make the mound stronger, the way her old clam face already has. I hit him. Besides his smoky talk of the clam, I would not dress one more time for that dancing. I had had it with dancing. Every $2 and their families came to see me dance their dances and say my name, the way they did, and made their war cry and cry. My ankles hurt. My ankles do. It's a dark rain now, a day storm of wind and blackness rushing in to fill around that single rain cloud. The storm tears at the Indian's sleeping place where he and the others must watch. But the sky will lighten soon enough. The ducks walking off are a sign. I see signs too, but not from God. He wanted so much to burn me, he would even burn a tree, the only one. I had come to like him and his careful building, his Indian not-so-Indian ways. After all, he spent time with Pa, and Pa liked him. And he let me teach William the Hat a Bohemian song, though the words I used were American. Uncle Sam will give each of you a farm. Very popular, I remember my oldest sister saying, giving it the only tune we knew. I twist my hand free and pull out the other. I hold out hope in front of me, and it isn't some bar of lye and fat and ash congealed together and melting now against the fast rain, a soap I've forgotten how to use. I crouch and rip off the hobbles from my ankles, my honor absolved. I stretch my legs out full, and I take off limping.